Imagine you walk into a shop and suddenly the price of your favorite snack doubles. Would you still buy it? Probably not as much, right? This simple idea, how much the quantity of something changes when its price changes, is a big deal in economics. We call it elasticity. In this essay, we're diving deep into supply elasticity. Simply put, it tells us how much the supply of a good changes when its price changes. Understanding this can be a superpower for businesses in Malaysia. We'll explore the difference between elastic and inelastic supply, and we'll use examples you're familiar with, like Malaysian palm oil and durians. Get ready to think like an economist. Think of supply elasticity like a rubber band. If it stretches a lot when you pull it, that's elastic supply. A small change in price leads to a big change in how much producers are willing to supply. Now imagine a stiff rubber band that barely budges when you pull it. That's inelastic supply. Even if the price changes a lot, the quantity supplied doesn't change much. Why does this matter? Because understanding how elastic or inelastic the supply of a product is can help businesses make smart decisions about pricing, production, and more. Let's say you're a Nasi Lemak seller in Kuala Lumpur. You notice the price of rice has gone down. What do? You probably buy more rice and make more Nasi Lemak, right? This is elastic supply in action because the ingredients are readily available and you can easily adjust your production. The supply of your delicious Nasi Lemak is quite elastic. When the price of rice drops, you can increase your supply to take advantage of the lower cost. Other examples of elastic supply in Malaysia might include things like clothing, electronics, or even haircuts. These are goods and services where producers can quickly adapt to price changes. Now imagine you're a durian farmer. You've carefully cultivated your orchard for years. Suddenly the price of durian skyrockets. Can you just magically grow more durians overnight to cash in? Nope. Durians take time to grow. The supply of durians is relatively inelastic in the short term. Even if the price changes drastically, farmers can't immediately increase their output. Other examples of inelastic supply might include things like housing, electricity, or airplane tickets. These are goods and services where increasing supply takes a lot of time and resources. Section 5. The time factor, short-term versus long-term elasticity. Here's a key point. The time horizon matters a lot. In the short term, supply is often inelastic. Producers need time to adjust to price changes, but in the long term, supply can become more elastic. Companies can build new factories, farmers can plant more crops, and workers can be trained for new skills. Think about rubber production in Malaysia. If the price of rubber suddenly doubled, existing rubber trees could be tapped more intensively, but planting new trees and waiting for them to mature takes years. Section 6. Factors that determine supply elasticity. So what makes a goods supply elastic or inelastic? Several factors are at play. Availability of inputs. If the raw materials or labor needed to make something are readily available, supply tends to be more elastic. Production complexity. Simple products like wooden toys are generally more elastic to supply than complex ones like smartphones. Storage possibilities. Goods that can be easily stored like canned food have more elastic supply than perishable goods like fresh fish. Number of producers. More competition in a market generally leads to more elastic supply. Understanding these factors can help businesses anticipate how supply might react to changes in the market. Section 7, Case Study 1, Palm oil production in Malaysia. Malaysia is one of the world's leading producers of palm oil. Palm oil is used in everything from cooking oil to cosmetics. The supply of palm oil is relatively elastic. Why? Because Malaysia has vast palm oil plantations and farmers can choose to harvest more or less depending on the price. If the global demand for palm oil rises, Malaysian producers can ramp up production to meet that demand. However, factors like land availability for new plantations and concerns over sustainability can limit the long-term elasticity of palm oil supply. Section 8, Case Study 2, Durian Supply and Demand. Durians are a beloved fruit in Malaysia, but their supply is much more inelastic than palm oil. Durian trees take years to mature and produce fruit. This means that even if the price of durian skyrockets during durian season, farmers can't immediately increase their supply. The inelastic supply of durians contributes to the price fluctuations we see every durian season. When demand is high and supply is limited, prices can soar. Section 9. How businesses can use supply elasticity. Understanding supply elasticity is like having a secret weapon for businesses in Malaysia. Here's how. Pricing strategies. If you know your product has elastic supply, you have more flexibility to adjust prices without dramatically impacting the quantity supplied. Production planning. Businesses can use supply elasticity to forecast how much they need to produce to meet demand at different price points. Resource allocation companies can optimize their use of resources by understanding which inputs have more elastic or inelastic supply. By analyzing supply elasticity, businesses can make data-driven decisions that improve their bottom line. Section 10. Supply elasticity and government policy. Governments can also use supply elasticity to inform policy decisions. For example, if the government wants to encourage the production of a particular good, they might offer subsidies or tax breaks to make it easier and more profitable for businesses to increase supply. Understanding the supply elasticity of essential goods, like rice or cooking oil, can help the government implement price controls or other measures to ensure affordability for consumers, especially during times of shortage or economic uncertainty. Section 11. Conclusion: the power of understanding supply. Supply elasticity might sound like a dry economic theory, but it has real-world implications for businesses and consumers in Malaysia. By understanding how the quantity supplied responds to price changes, businesses can make smarter decisions about pricing, production, and resource allocation. So, next time you're at the market or reading about the Malaysian economy, remember the rubber band. Thinking about supply elasticity can give you valuable insights into how markets work.